Good evening, Rexburg, and welcome to the Sled Ride. I'm your host, Sean Sled, here to bring you the latest in all things gaming. It looks like E3 this year is going to be a lot less whiny and a lot more interesting. Let me explain. Sony has announced that they will not be attending E3 this year because it doesn't fit in with their plans anymore. Sony said that they are not going to E3 because it's too late in the year to be announcing any new products in time for the holiday season. Sony started down a new plan this year by having their own event, Destination PlayStation. This could either be a really good marketing plan or a front to hide Sony's pain for being left out over the past couple years. Is it too late now to say Sony? This has been today's gaming news. I have been your host, Sean Sled, and thank you for coming along for the ride. Good night, Rexburg.
Idaho is now among the few states that allows permitless carry. Get this, the state of Idaho now allows people over the age of 21 to carry concealed weapons without a permit. For many years, citizens would have to receive intense training to have a permit to conceal a weapon. The laws have changed and they are now allowing people who have not received specific training to carry. If you plan on concealing a weapon, you should receive specific training. Knowing the correct way to act in a dangerous situation could be the difference between freedom and imprisonment or life and death.
For a lot of people, Valentine's Day is about snuggling up to your significant other or eating a box of chocolates shaped like hearts. For some people, it's going to be a day of revenge. Here's what'll happen. The El Paso Zoo is going to do a Valentine's activity that will allow people to name cockroaches after their exes. Then they'll feed it to the meerkats. With the caption, "Quit bugging me," the zoo is sure to get many enthusiastic people metaphorically feeding their exes to the meerkats.
Listen close, Rexburg. Valentine's Day is fast approaching, and if you don't know what to get your significant other, Olive Garden has a solution for you. Are you tired of the same old boring bouquet of flowers? How about a bundle of breadsticks? Olive Garden in Idaho Falls is advertising the strange gift of breadsticks wrapped in romantic calligraphy. You pick the words and print them out on your computer, then you bring that piece of paper to Olive Garden and they wrap your breadsticks with it. Once you have your breadsticks in hand, be sure to rush home and give them as a gift before they get cold and dry. It doesn't really seem like Olive Garden thought this idea through.
Get this. A BYU student and his friends created a mock version of the popular TV show The Bachelor and are calling it The Bachelor in Provo. What apparently all started as a joke between students Colin Ross and Remington Butler has gone viral with over 130,000 views. Without Ross's knowledge, Butler created and distributed over 500 flyers around Provo with instructions on how to be on the show. Both Butler and Ross were shocked when they received applications from close to 200 girls. Viewers have commented saying it's one of the most cringeworthy shows they've ever seen, and yet they keep watching. Who knows? Maybe out of the 200 applicants, Ross will actually be able to find the one.
Guys, you're never going to believe this, but yesterday in Italy, an artist erected a giant float of none other than our nation's president. You see, though, it's not just any float. It's titled God Emperor Trump, and it shows President Trump decked out in full battle armor, wearing a crown of olive leaves, and wielding a sword that, according to the artist, is imbued with the power of Twitter. Yeah. Guys, you're going to have to Google this for yourself because it is truly something to behold.
Could big changes be coming to Major League Baseball? Let me explain. The MLB and the MLB Players Association are currently discussing rule changes that would have a major impact on the way the game is played. The league is proposing a minimum number of 3 batters that a pitcher must face before exiting the game. This would be used with the hopes of increasing the pace of play and eliminating one-on-one matchups. The Players Association then proposed the adoption of a universal designated hitter for both the American and National League. The American League adopted the DH rule in the 1970s, while the National League has stuck to having their pitchers hit. Others reports that indicate that rosters may be expanding as well from 25 to 26 players per team and implementing a pitch clock. These changes are not likely to be implemented this season, but very well could be in the near future.
Now, we've all had that one nosy family member that wants to know all about your love life. Well, you won't believe what this mother went to when she found out her college-age son didn't have a date for Valentine's Day. The Baltimore woman was reported walking around the University of Maryland in a multicolored scarf, approaching students with a picture on her phone, asking if they would date her son. There's no word on if anyone has taken her up on this offer.
Let me explain this to you. So President Trump's confrontations and arguments with potential Democratic challengers in the next election have been mostly limited to snipings on Twitter. But Monday night in El Paso, he engaged in his most direct conflict with a possible rival, former Representative Beto O'Rourke, a native of the city that shares a border with Mexico. President Trump's rally in El Paso this is the most significant since the midterm elections that delivered the House of Representatives to the Democrats. It will provide the president with a backdrop that he will use to again argue for the border wall to stop what he said is a, quote, surge of crime and drugs being brought into the country by migrants seeking illegal entry. It's hard to believe that it's already been 3 years since the president was elected. One more year and we get to go through the whole nonsense again and all over again. So make sure you stay up to date on all things political so you're not late to the party when the election rolls around again.
Ooh, give yourself a hand.